Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to talk about how to start your own art career. Today. So quickly, if you're new to my channel, my name is János. I'm a professional concept artist currently working in games. And in 2013, I decided to become an artist. The funny thing is I couldn't draw or paint, so I really decided from one day to another to chase this career in art. So you maybe thought about becoming an illustrator, concept artist, or full-time creative. Today I want to talk with you about what you actually need to start your art career today. To ensure that you're going to end up where you actually want, you need to think about certain key factors. How strong is your planning? So long-term versus short-term? How consistent are you with your creative routine? Do you actually have a strong creative habit? Do you grow in a proper pace? Are you trying to learn from your mistakes? Do you achieve the milestones you have set for yourself? And not to forget, do you give everything you have? But let's start from the beginning. So first you need to set your goal. So what is it that you actually want? Maybe you want to work in a game studio, paint card illustrations, or you actually want to work in movies. But to achieve that, you need some sort of roadmap. And this you can start defining by where you currently stand and where you want to be in X, Y years. You need to set your first milestones. These milestones could be different things like getting into art college, getting an internship, getting a part-time job in art, or building your first portfolio. For me, it was getting into college, then finding my first freelance gig while I was still in college. The next milestone was building my first portfolio. Then I actually wanted to meet new people who already worked in the industry and start networking. And then I wanted to find an internship so I can eventually land my first job in a studio. This all sounds really like a lot, but when you have the right mindset and you think about you will not achieve all that in 1 year and you give yourself 3 to 5 years to do that, then this becomes more realistic. So now that you have this roadmap, this plan for yourself, you need to build your own creative habit. How do we build a proper creative habit for ourselves? At first, usually you need to get some proper supplies for that. So I just bought a couple things here on Amazon just to showcase what you could technically buy for yourself. But this doesn't mean that you have to buy these things. So at first I bought 2 sketchbooks, one in an A4 size and the other one in an A5 size. The A4 size is more for drawing at home or drawing in school. That could be pretty nice because the size is a little bit bigger, but for that you always need to have a backpack. The other one, which is an A5 size, is pretty cool because you can take it everywhere. So I would always advise to at least get 2 different sizes of those. For the pencil, you should try out what you actually like. I tried everything from felt tip to graphite pencils, and I personally like these mechanical pencils the most because I don't need to resharpen my tip all the time. And also these mechanical pencils always have an eraser with them. So in order to create a healthy daily routine, you need to create the habit of drawing every day. And I want to repeat that. You need to create the habit of drawing every day. Why is that so important? Because this is the base of everything. And I'm not only talking about hand-eye coordination. I'm talking about drawing becomes like breathing for you. That's why it's so important that you always have a sketchbook with you. So every opportunity you can find to draw, if it's in a doctor's waiting room, if it's in a train, or if it's in school. On top of that, your sketchbook becomes your learn and diary book. Everything you learn about nature, movement of people, anatomy, basically everything you observe will get documented in here. And this part is absolutely crucial. And trust me, you can talk to every professional artist who worked for 20 years in the industry. Everyone uses sketchbooks. If it's for writing down ideas, doing quick ideation on paper, a sketchbook is one of the most important tools you have as an artist. This is also one of the first steps I let my mentees in my mentorship program do, which is basically getting a sketchbook and start to draw every single day. Because when you want to become a full-time artist, you have to have the routine of a full-time artist. So the other part is painting. These days, Photoshop and drawing and painting digital is an absolute industry standard. That's why it makes a lot of sense to get a tablet. And technically, it can be a really cheap one. For this, I can recommend the Wacom One, which is around 50 to 60 euros. It has no macro buttons like the expensive ones, but it is really small and you can take it everywhere with you. It is a great starting tablet. If you have a little bit more money to get a bit more of an expensive one, I would recommend the Wacom Intuos Pro size M. I personally find the size very important. My personal preference is more of an M size tablet. This is an L size tablet, which is really big. The S size tablet is on the other side a little bit too small, but again it depends on your personal preference. You can also go to any local tech shop and try these out first before you're actually going to buy them. The Wacom Intuos Pro has an extremely good surface quality and has around 8 macro buttons plus the radial buttons. It costs an average 329 euros, and those type of tablets are more common in any professional work environments. I would not advise to get any type of Cintiq first, because this can not only be very challenging for you, but it's also very pricey for any type of beginner tablet. So now that you have your tablet and your sketchbook ready, you should start to work on your fundamentals. And if you don't know where to start with that, I can recommend 2 books by Scott Robertson. One is How to Draw, and the other one is How to Render. How to Draw is basically all about drawing, and How to Render is all about painting and the process of rendering. And if you want me to make an episode about how to learn effectively from those, the only thing you need to do is to write it down in the comments below, and this episode needs to get, let's say, 300 likes. So if this episode gets 300 likes, I will make an episode about how to learn effectively from these 2 books. How successful and how many years it's actually going to take you to achieve your goal depends on you and only on you. But I strongly believe that everyone with the right mindset can achieve this goal. Make sure to subscribe, and I see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.